Hello guys, and welcome to my YouTube channel. Welcome. If you are new here, hello, my name is Busishezi, and if you are returning, thank you so much. I love and appreciate you. If you have subscribed, I love you even more. If you are new and you haven't subscribed, guys, please do subscribe. Please do like, and please do hit the notification button bell so that you know when there's a new video that's coming out. Do not forget to like this video, like before you even watch it. Okay. Guys, there's so much happening today outside. It is so windy. I closed the curtains because of the sun, and I just wanted to sit here. I wanted to sit on the couch because my back is killing me today. The weather is not the weather, the sun. The sun just, it keeps on coming and going. You know, I have a ring light. I hope it's gonna help. But please just don't mind when it keeps on, like, the lighting keeps on changing. And there's also guys outside doing maintenance, I think. So if you hear a noise, like a banging noise, yeah, please excuse the noise. I think people are doing maintenance or something. Anyway, hi. Today I'm doing a story time. It is not highly requested. We haven't gotten to that point yet, but yeah. I mean, someone asked me some time back and to do like a story about my wedding day or preparation, something like that. And I was very hesitant because like, I mean, what's there to tell? But then, I mean, then I was like, if one person that has been with you, I know it's still a new channel, but this is like someone that has been there like from day one. So why not do it, So yeah, today at story time, I'm gonna be telling you guys about my almost did not happen wedding. My almost did not happen wedding, guys. I always tell people that planning to get married, or like someone who's preparing, like you in the middle of our preparations and stuff, you don't sleep. You don't sleep. You must pray like your life depends on it. Really, you must pray like your life depends on it, because that's what I did, Nami. And if something does not go wrong, I don't know, but I think something at the wedding must go wrong. With me, it was not just one thing, guys. It was things. It was things. I was like, I remember, like, afterwards thinking back, I was like, was it God putting a stop to it, or was it just Usatana and our lawyer trying to, But like I said, when you are preparing for a wedding, you have to pray. So that's something that I did. Like, I used to pray all the time. And I just wanted to make sure that I'm doing the right thing and I'm marrying the right person. And I would just pray and I would be like, God, if this is not if this is not for me, if I'm making a mistake, just please give me a sign. Like, it must just stop. That was my prayer. I prayed it over and over and over again because I wanted to make sure this is the right person that I was getting married to. So yeah, and here we are 7 years down the line. And I know someone might say, oh, 7 years is nothing, but hey, 7 years emshadweni is a long time, trust me. 7 years is like 700 years, trust me. But yeah, it's been good. It's been up and down, but it's been good most of the time. But anyway, as a Kolapo, it's story time. Guys, I have my coffee here. Grab yourself something to drink. It's a very long story. I'm gonna try though to shorten it. I don't know. I won't like be lengthy, but I'll try to include every details. So we got married on the 25th of April 2015. So we've been preparing and planning, and all the things that happened, you know, all the good things that happened or that come with planning a wedding. And everything was going fine. Like everything was going well. So our wedding was going to be our white wedding was going to be in Gandla, because we had decided, me and my husband had decided that, okay, we're going to have umembeso. I always say it's our traditional wedding. It was umembeso, where the groom's family buy the bride's family gifts. It was umembeso, and that was at my house. So we decided which we're gonna have the white wedding at his hometown, which is in Gandla. If you're not new here, you would know that my husband is from Gandla. So yeah, that's where our white wedding was. Or we had it. So my problems, my problems started on Thursday. Thursday, the 24th of April, guys. So on that day, I was preparing, like I was getting like the final things. I was collecting my dress. I had to collect my dress. I had to collect the cake. We were gonna travel with the cake from Joburg to Ngandla. At that point, I thought it was gonna be impossible. But you know, who did my cake, Gonch? I can't remember the name, but these are the same people that I used because I was helping with my sister's wedding. But I'm not even gonna like I can't even remember their name, which is a good thing. But they did a great job with my cake because I traveled my cake from here to KZN. You know, it was in this I say special box because we paid like 700 rands for the box. So it was in this box with like a built-in dry ice. Ngaphansi there was dry ice, and then there was like another board, and then the cake was attached to this board. So that's how we were able to travel with the cake. It was like intact, no dents, no whatever. And I remember how when we hit maybe a pothole or we like get to a speed bump, I would like cringe and be like, oh, the cake, the cake. And another thing that I was advised was ukuthi I mustn't open it like jalo jalo. So yeah, so those are the things that I had to do. I had to collect the cake. I had to collect my dress, the shoes. I think Nzika's shoes, because we already had Nzika at the time. Nzika's shoes, and I had to collect the hair, buy makeup. I didn't have a makeup artist, guys, at my wedding. Or yeah, at my wedding, I didn't have a makeup artist. I only went to MAC and I bought. And at that time, I knew absolutely nothing about makeup. The only thing that I had was foundation. I had powder, which I used as a setting powder. I had the Fix spray. I had liner. What else did I have? Lipstick. No blush. Oh, I had a blush. I had blush, but no mascara. No mascara. No what's this? Eyeshadow. No baking. No concealer. Nothing. None of those things. I did not have them, and I was going to do my own makeup. So it's a Thursday. So my late pastor had organized one of the junior pastors to drive me around on that Thursday. So yeah, we went to all these places. I think he picked me up at home, I think around 9, and we only came back at about 7 in the evening that day. That's how busy we were on that day. And guys, in the middle of all that up and down, you know, I get a phone call. So I mean, imagine this, ne? Me and my husband were both in Joburg. The wedding is gonna be in Gandla. So we had to outsource like everything. And the nearest town from Ngandla that had, and Ngandla back then, I can't remember if when we were getting married there was electricity now. I can't remember. But Ngandla back then didn't have most of the shops or most of the things that they have now. Back then it was still like rural, guys. I can't even remember. When did we have electricity in Kandla? 2015 or 2016? Somewhere there. So you can imagine. So the people that, our vendors, like for the tent, the chairs, everything, catering, were outside of Nkandla. So here's the lady, that, the banging. So here's the lady that was supposed to do my flowers. Calls me at, I can't even remember what time, but I know it was on a Thursday. Hey, she calls me and she tells me, Guti, she can't find the flowers that I wanted. Guys, I only wanted daisies and yellow roses. That's all I wanted. Nothing hectic, nothing. And I remember because when we spoke, me and her, she was like, oh, when you pick flowers, you should pick flowers that are in season at the time. And I told her, I don't want anything hectic. I just wanted something because our colors were yellow and white, gold and white. So I just wanted something simple, something simple. And she tells me on Thursday, Guti, hey, I can't find the flowers. And I was like, okay, so now what must I do? And she's like, it's too late now for her to go somewhere else to find flowers. So the only thing that she'll do, she will return the money. And she did that, returned the money. But now the money did not help on that day because where am I going to find someone to do my flowers? So I called my dad. I called my dad and I asked him, do you know someone? Because my dad lives in a colored area. So I know colored people, with things like that. You can find almost everything. So I call my dad and my dad says, okay, I will ask around and then I'll let you know. My dad indeed asked around and he finds someone that we could go to the next day, which is a Friday. And so this is a Thursday. The wedding is on Saturday. We have to travel, me and my bridesmaids, Nonziga, we have to travel Friday morning. Like we're supposed to leave Joburg at 9 o'clock for a 6-hour drive. But now, come Friday, 9 o'clock, I have to go find flowers. So my dad comes in the morning, he picks me up, we go, and so he had already called the lady. So he found someone and he already called her to say, which we're gonna come tomorrow. And we go tomorrow, get to the lady, I tell her, I just want yellow roses and white daisies. No leaves, just remove everything. I just want the stem and the flower. Guys, abantu bazokugila. Yazi ngithini? Hey. Abantu bazokugila chef, bazokugila abantu yazini. So I tell this lady, which you know what? I won't see the flowers until the wedding day. So please just get this right. That's all I want. I just want the stem and the flower. Remove everything. I didn't want anything green. Nothing green. The only thing that would be green would be the stem. I don't want the leaves. Nothing. We agree. She agrees. I pay her in full. We leave. And then, so on Thursday, because I had bought things for Umabo. What's Umabo in Islu? I don't know what's Umabo. The gifts for the groom's family. And mind you, I was buying for 55 people. So I had blankets this side that I had to travel with to Ngandla. I had a whole lot of things. I had things that, so we had also booked a trailer. So I'm just gonna keep on so we had booked a transport for people that we're not going to drive from Joburg to Ngandla that wanted transport. So we organized the transport and booked a trailer. So everything was gonna go to the trailer. Things like the blankets, things like Amapilo, and I can't remember what else needed to go in there, but it was just a lot of stuff. So the guy with transport comes to my house on Thursday. He's like, okay, I'm just here to see how much load how much load you have. So I don't know if the trailer was there already. I think my dad brought the trailer. No, my dad brought the trailer Friday morning, if I remember correctly. So he didn't see the trailer. But then his car had a tow bar and he already told me, today I went to apply for a permit. I didn't even know that if you're traveling with Ikumbi from Joburg from one province to another, you need like a permit. So he tells me, no, today I went to apply for a permit. So everything is good. He came to my house on Thursday evening to come and look at the load and just to confirm the number of the people, confirm the time. So I'm like, okay, fine. Everything else is going great. It's just the flowers. So this is Thursday. Come Friday, I come back from the flowers. Everything is packed. It was going to be, so I had booked another car for me and my bridesmaids. So it was the three of us, no, three bridesmaids, me, the bride, Unziga, and the driver. It's 6 people in the car. H1. We are driving in an H1. So we packed in the boot because apparently I didn't even know this. I was called outside, saying we prayed, we're all excited, says Yahamba, and so I don't know what's umkongi guys in English, but umkongi, my husband, calls me and he's like, you can't leave without your kist. So we put the kist in the boot. Didn't know a kist could fit in an H1. We put the kist in the boot and then we pack some other things. So like my clothes, put the dress on top, but my suitcase, my bridesmaid's suitcases, and Ziga's suitcase, everything else that was in the boot, we put it inside the kist. And I think I traveled with the cake. Yes, I traveled with the cake. I can't remember where we had the cake because the cake box was like long. It wasn't stacked. It was a 3-tier cake, so it was put like flat. The pieces of the cake were flat because it was a long box. I can't remember where we had the box, but I know I traveled with the cake. Okay, fine. We left here very late. I think we left here around 11 or 12. And at that time, I'm supposed to be at my in-laws' house before Bashaba, before they slaughter the cow. So you have to be there before sunset because obviously Bushajwa before sunset. But there was no way I was going to make it. And we left Joburg at about 12. It's a 6-hour drive. And everything is fine. We're traveling fine. So it was me and 2 other cars or 3 other cars, if I remember correctly. So we're traveling with my cousin, husband, some of my friends, and yeah, I think it was 3 extra cars plus our H1. Traveling, we pass all these towns, we travel, buy food, it's nice, it's fun, the mood is, Jay, I'm a papa Allah. And then we get to, husband keeps on checking, fiance at the time keeps on checking, how far are you guys, where are you, keeping them updated. I had people from Joburg that were already in Gandla before I even got there. Like some of my friends, people from church, were already that side in KZN. So we get to like I'll say entrance for lack of a better word. We get to entrance as Ngandla. I'll just say that, right? It is late now. I think the time was around 7 because from that place to Skhumbuzo's house is like an hour. So as we drive, we drive into Ngandla. There's cars parked lapha. It's like an open space nje. There's cars parked lapha on the side, right? They let the 2 cars pass. And then they stop us. Okay. We get stopped. I'm like, and now what's going on? This has never happened. Guys, it's dark. And lapha, there are no street lights. Gusemakhaya, there are no street lights. So you don't even know who is stopping you. So the 2 cars, these people, bamile. Because we were in front. We were driving in front because Imo was in there. So as they stop us, they pass and just park in front of us. Okay, these guys come and like people are just like aggressive, like yeah. What's going on here? Yo, guys, and we like explain no, we're going to Mshadweni. I tell them where we're going, the area we're going to, and they like, yeah, EP permit, where's the permit? We're like, what permit? And they're like, no, you can't be traveling in a Kumbi, a full load. Guys, 6 people, it's a full load. A full load without the permit. They need the permit. They pull the driver out. Yo, mntana, I didn't even know that guy. I had just met the guy on the day because I hired the car. So it just happened because the car comes with the driver. They pull him outside, and now everyone in the car starts getting, agitated. And I'm like, guys, calm down. Calm down. These people, it's elderly men. Abanye, they were like, maybe in their mid-40s, mid-30s, somewhere loud. I'm like, guys, just calm down and let me try and talk to them. So, and these guys are like, no, it's for the permit, or else if you guys don't have a permit, then you must turn around and go back to another, I almost said country, to another like town, and it's not even the next town. You pass maybe 2 or 3 towns before we get there. So in Ngandla, it's like 6 hours in total drive, right? So where we were to Falcrest, where they said we must go back to, but to go back to Falcrest or go back to Joburg, some taxi rank. I can't remember what's this taxi rank, but it's the taxi rank. I think when I found out later, it's the taxi rank where long distance taxis park or asukela lap or something like that. So they said we must go back there. Like, there was no way we could have gone back to Falcrest, like drive back 4 hours, 4 hours and again back to where they said we must go to. I'm like, guys, you know what? Just calm down. People are nervous and at the same time irritated, and everyone is like, no, they can't do that. They can't do that. I was like, guys, just calm down. Let me try and talk to them. So I see with this group of men, I see one man who was like, so I go to him. I'm like, Baba, please, we need to pass because we are going to a wedding. And this guy starts paying attention to whose wedding. Ask me the surname. And he starts asking me, whose wedding is it? And I'm just, no, it's my wedding. I'm getting married. And already we are late. We're supposed to go there. We're supposed to be there much earlier. So I'm so late. So we can't go back now. What can we do? And this guy says, okay, if you guys don't have a fine and you can't go back, then pay. If you don't have permit, then pay a fine. Guys, like, when you're getting married and you've budgeted and you've planned and okay. And then things that just come from nowhere, from absolutely nowhere, that you have to spend money on. I had no money. I had no money on me that day. And like, I had no cash and we're in the middle of nowhere. I can't even say, okay, let's drive back, draw money and then come back. That will be another waste of time. So I'm like, okay, how much is this fine? And he says 300 rands or 400 rands, somewhere there. Like, imagine. So in one of the cars, it was my cousin and her husband. I go to them and they were telling me, hey, you know what, these guys are saying this and that and that and that. So luckily, they had cash with them. We pay the fine. We get on the road. Like, I could not understand for the life of me, how is 6 people a full load? But you would say, I need full load. Ooh, guys. So, Konalapo, I call my husband. I'm telling you, hey, these people bas misile ganja, and we're gonna delay even more. He understands. We go back, get on the road, we drive, we go to continue. I think it was 30 minutes after that incident. I get a phone call. If I remember correctly, people from Joburg were supposed to leave at 7 at night. So it was already 7 by the time Tina Sifika Ngandla. In even. I get a phone call, I think like 30 minutes after their incident. I get a phone call from, no, I think I called at home to check with, have you guys left? You didn't forget anything? Did the flowers arrive? Did you pack this? Everything is in, my mom is like, my dad is like, everything is in the trailer. We are just waiting for the transport guy. He is not here yet. People are here. He tells me how many people are there And I'm like, okay, fine, let me call this guy because he said he was going to be there at 7. I call him. I call Ugai. Ugai at first does not pick up. I'm like, what is this? I call again. Second time, guy picks up. I'm like, hey, unjani, good. What time are you picking up? Because abantu balindile, you know. And guy drops a huge bomb on me. He says, yeah, I did not get a permit, and now we were just stopped like few minutes ago. So I understand now the seriousness of this permit. Yeah, I could not get the permit. Namanje bengisazama uzama kuphi ngo 6-7 o'clock at night. Namanje bengisazama and I couldn't get a permit, so I will not be transporting. Mind you, I've already paid this guy, I think the deposit, if not full, was 1,000 rand, 1.5, because the total amount was 3,000 rands. I'm like, what? I say, I won't be able to fetch your people. I'm like, so what must I do? I'm in KZN, Nkulma now, Kumanje. What must I do? Where am I going to find another car this time of the night to eat? I said, okay, so where's my money? Yeah, imali. Like, it was story after story with this guy. Eventually, I argue with this guy, and I realized, you know what, I'm not getting anywhere with this guy. I'm just wasting time. I need to quickly think of another plan. Hang up. I call my husband and I tell him, hey, now this is the situation, you know, okay, this and that and that and that. And I think with him as well, with the stress. And my husband, like, he struggles with anxiety. So that was a big day. It was a big event. So in such instances, in such situations, he is worse. Anxiety, like, shoots the roof. So I think with the stress and everything else, he gets off Nai. He's like, Kanjani, how did you arrange the transport? And what were you doing? Blah, 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 blah. You want to ruin my day? I was like, not you again. I was like, okay, you know what? Just wait for me. I'll be there in the next few minutes. So we get to, obviously, you know, Makaya, Ushada, like that. If you don't have a venue, was somewhere. So in Nkandla, there was no way we could get a venue. It was, you go to like a relative's house or someone offer their house to say. So there was this lady who I've become very fond of, and she gave up her house. So this Sophia like, and so which is the same guy, my husband, so we get there, like this good people are singing, you know, people are excited, gumnandi, you know, gumnandi. But my spirit was so down. Like, I was so down. I did not enjoy that Friday at all. So I get there and he calls me gay. We get inside the house with, like, can you believe this? The guy that we left in Joburg left after us but got there before us. How? I don't know. Sorry. So I get there and we sit down and I'm like, now Uga is telling me Uguti he's not fetching people. So my parents are stranded. I have people that are supposed to come to the wedding. They are stranded. I have Izindozo Mabo Ekai. And they're like, okay, fine. Let's try and find. Luckily, he knew someone. I don't know, luckily, because those people didn't come through. So he knew people like in the taxi industry. So we phone around. Dololo. Mind you, people are in the other, you know, like in Makai, there's different houses. You know, they're in the other house outside. Gumnandi, people are singing. People buy a guitar. Like, it's Gumnandi, man. It was fun. But not for me. From that point, I think it was around 9. I'm like, you know what, we are not going to find someone. Like, what is happening? What is happening? And now Umkhongi is like, no, guys, calm down, and we will find someone, and your parents will be here, and umshado uzoqhubeka, you know. So we phone no one. We don't find anyone. Like, people are starting to come. This one friend of mine, she was on her way. They were on her way. She was coming with people. They were on her way, and she calls to check up with, how are things? How are you doing? I'm like, I'm in tears. I cried the whole night. I cried the whole night. Guys, I tell you, I could not sleep. I could not eat. I could not do anything. I couldn't do anything. 9 o'clock, 10 o'clock, 11, 12. I was still awake trying to call. She was like, okay, fine. So I called my mother-in-law, and she's like, you know what? Just as long as your dad is here, then the wedding can go on. And this friend of mine is like, okay, maybe your dad can go to my house, get a car, get my other car, and then drive to Gandla. I'm like, I don't want that. I want my mother here as well. I want my mother here as well. Yo, guys, we tried. Like, we would either, so we were finding people, right? So we'd find someone with either the permit, but no toba. You know? Toba. Or we find someone with a toba, but no permit. We could not find someone with both. And we phoned, like, everyone was calling anyone they knew that might know someone with a taxi or a kumbi or something that could take like 15 people. I can't remember how many people were at my house that time. To find someone. And Omunyu thought, no, I know Zbani, and let me call them. That person will not pick up the phone. I mean, who's up at 12 midnight? And around 3, you know, that was truly, truly, truly God, guys. There's no way someone could be up with 3, or I don't know what happened, but I believe it was just God. 3 o'clock, people in Joburg are not, like, when I call, people are singing, they are worshiping, people are praying. It was just, like, people are like, you know what, as Pelumoya, we are coming to Gandla. There is no way we're not coming. 3 o'clock, they call me, good, hey, we found someone. Did I scream endlini yabantu that day, or did I scream? So they tell me, okay, fine, we found umuntu, we are coming, we are just picking this person usuka from this place to this, is coming here. So see you very soon. See you very soon is like 6 hours later. So I called my dad. I said, but they only left Joburg, Nakona, they only left Joburg at 5 in the morning. They left 5 in the morning. Our wedding was supposed to start at 9 o'clock in the morning. I don't know what time our wedding started, guys. I do not know. And, you know, I remember when we were driving to the church and seeing all those people and seeing familiar faces, seeing my colleagues, my friends, with you guys are still here. They were like, you know what? There was no way. There was absolutely no way. I see people from church. I was like so grateful. These people waited for so long, waited for us. No one, instead people got excited when the car drove in. So they left Joburg at 5 in the morning. Our wedding was supposed to start at 9 o'clock. I don't know what time the wedding started. And I remember telling my dad, Guti, there are no stops, no Kama stage, no going at the garage. You all drive from wherever to here. And so my dad would keep me updated. And I remember when he said Singena Ngikandla, I was the most excited bride ever. The most excited bride ever when he told me to know Singena. So again, when he told me, because I said, as soon as you guys enter the same place where we were stopped, just let me know. As soon as you guys enter Nkandla, just let me know, then I'll get, you know, I'll let everyone know, then I'll start getting ready, and. So they came, so he told me that they were there, then I started getting ready. And So now we're like, okay, makeup. Thank goodness for my friend Ulumka. And she was like, my friend, who's doing your makeup? I'm like, no one. So she was more knowledgeable, or more, she knew more about makeup than I did at the time. And she was like, no, I'll do your makeup. Otherwise I was gonna be just plain Jane omunye ngumshado. So she did my makeup, she did the most, did my makeup, everything was good. And now the car came to where Lab is with the trailer. And that, how that area is, like iyakhuphukela, like sentabeni, like it's in like a hill. So Kumbi came in with the trailer to the house, right? Going down, the car had to reverse because the yard was not big enough, or because of the trailer, they couldn't make like a U-turn or something like that. So taxi had to go back like in reverse. The road is not that big. So because they're in a hill, hill, cliff, whatever, because balapho phezulu, and the other side of the road, Yawela, it's like an open, like Inkandla is known for to have like forest, like it's a forest, it's an area, man, that's in the forest. So on the other side of the road, and Indlela Incane, on the other side of the road, like it's a cliff. Gawela, what's a cliff? Gawela. So the car had to come down from the hill in reverse. So I don't know what happened. I don't know whether he was driving the speed, because the speed was, I don't know what happened. The trailer, so the back wheels of the trailer went just over that cliff. Did people scream on that day, or did people scream? Luckily, like, guys, it was by like a luck, huge luck. He managed to stop before, like, remember that the trailer has all the blankets, everything that is supposed to be for umembes, for umabo, so luckily that did not happen. The disaster did not take place, and wedding happened. And so on the day of the wedding, right, when I was getting ready, I'm getting phone calls left, right, and center. Like, thank goodness I had. So there were these two friends of mine that during the planning and everything, they were involved. So they knew exactly how the day was gonna go, like how I wanted the decor to be and everything like that. So firstly, my flowers came green and yellow. The flowers were green. The flowers were so full of leaf. It was like, it's something that I could have done myself. It was something that I could have done. I could have just went, picked up roses, put them in the jar, tie a ribbon, and that's it. That's how the flowers were. So that was like another thing that like really pissed me off. And so the tent people that were supposed to bring in the tent and the chairs, so we had wanted a marquee, and our marquee was supposed to fit like 20 tables for 200 people. No, 250, 200 people. Now this friend of mine, one of the girls that I was planning with, calls me and she's like, they brought a smaller tent. The tent can only fit 15 tables. I'm like, what? So we had 5 tables that we had paid for that were sitting outside, and chairs that were sitting outside, So, and also another thing was a disaster of the day was because I knew it was going to be packed at the marquee. So I had bought like a ribbon that we were gonna tie. When you gather like a curtain like this, and then you have like these openings on the side. So I had bought a ribbon and I gave it to the lady with deco to say, please tie the ribbon, make it like these gathers, so that people from outside can be like sort of like inside. Everyone who's outside can see what's happening inside. But Nakona, that was planned for during the day. I think we went to take our pictures um in the afternoon towards the evening after 3 or 4. But it quickly became dark because I remember when we were taking pictures, our photographer would be like, I know, stand in this angle so that your shadow, and he didn't want people behind us because their shadows were showing like in the pictures and on the video. So he'd be like, Nje, it was a struggle taking pictures. But you know what? At the end, everything worked out fine with everything that almost ruined our day. Every disaster that you can think of happened on the day. And you know, it was just those things, but everything else, at the end of it all, I enjoyed my day. Like even now when I would sit, and I haven't done it though in a while, when I would sit and watch like our wedding video, like like I'm all smiles because it was just one of those days that you will never forget. It's just one of those days that I will never forget, with all the ups and the downs of the day. All of that made our day special. And we are still here. I think they were trying us, but they did not succeed. They did not succeed. They did not succeed, guys. Not when you are a praying woman, not when you are praying girls. So girls, women, prayer works. Prayer works. But yeah, so that was our wedding day. Those were the disasters that happened. But yeah, everything else went from ever since, like after my parents came and everyone else came, everything else just went smooth. Like everything went smooth, you know. I enjoyed, I'm sure he also enjoyed it. And yeah, here we are now, 7 years later, and still going strong. So guys, I hope you enjoyed it. Thank you so much if you have stayed up until this far. I know it's very long. It was a long video or a long story time, but I hope that you did hang around until the end. So please, my coffee is even cold. So please do like, please do subscribe, please do share, please do comment. I really do enjoy the comments, and as the people that comment, I chat back. I do chat back. So until next time, see you guys.